First of all, Carol, how are you doing?
Yeah, so I think quite a lot of you, especially people that have been on Zoom, will know that I've not been very well. I think I've had the COVID-19. So I'm in my 10th week, I think now, and I'm probably about 85% there. So I'm definitely getting better, which is good, apart from if I'm falling out. So yeah, I'm definitely getting better, which is good. And I'm noticing that even my bad days are so much better than they were. So yeah, on the way up.
Brilliant. That's good to hear. And so let's talk about other areas of your life that have affected at the moment. So as a business owner, how would you say your work has changed or been affected by COVID-19?
Okay, yeah. So my business is about it's creative arts with a pastoral heart. And one of the main things that I do in my business is see people face to face. So I do choirs and I do interactive story sessions, all the things that they're saying are going to be the very, very last to come back, if at all. So it's really difficult at the moment knowing what that kind of looks like. However, what it has meant is that I've taken everything online. Now, that's not like some people have done. So I've not been able to do big Zoom calls with my choir and kind of do it in that way. But what I have done is I've formed a Facebook group and we've got about 500 people in there. And that's been a real blessing to be able to support and encourage people on a daily basis. And so I kind of, it's weird because it looks extremely different at the moment, but I know that God's got plans afoot for how it looks in the future. So it's just trusting in him as my boss, really, to let me know what's going on.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you're keenly aware that there'll be people in your work community who are just really missing time with you and the time and fellowship that you spare in all the groups that you do, which must be hard as well.
Yeah, it is. But the Facebook group is nice in that we, get people to show pictures of what they're doing and just kind of connect with each other as much as possible. And we've been doing that in the choir groups as well. But the hardest thing for me, and I'm sure both of you will appreciate this, is I find it difficult to sing at the moment. So even if I just sing around the house, I find that my chest gets tighter and I'm just not able to do as much afterwards. So as a singer, that's pretty rubbish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I suppose in wider family life, you've got 2 boys at home who I'm guessing are shut in the kitchen and for the purposes of this interview. But you've got Howard, who's used to jet setting around the world with work, and a very energetic Seb as well. So what's family life been like, and what's Seb's reaction to it all been?
Yeah, so Howard's been able to carry on working, albeit upstairs. It looks very different for him because, as he said, he isn't jet setting off around the world, and I think he is missing that. But it's great that he's able to carry on working and he's really enjoying that. And then if you asked me as a parent how I think Seb's doing, I would say I think he's sad, he's missing his friends, and he's struggling a bit now. But if you ask Seb, he'd say he's got 75 jiggies on banjo kazooie nuts and bolts, and that is very important. So it's all about perspective, really. Yeah, I think he's missing his friends, and obviously being an only child, we have, we're at the stage where we've driven him nuts. So he's help him, somebody.
Well,
he does Zoom calls and things like that with his friends, which is cool. So
So to kind of encourage and edify the rest of the church, what song or scripture has been helpful to you in the last few weeks, or anything really that's provided you with blessing?
So I don't know if you knew. Do you know what my choice is, Emily?
I don't know.
Already? You don't?
No, I don't.
It is The Blessing.
Oh, it's The Blessing. Oh, well.
Yeah, see, I was thinking, that is a very good segue. No, it is the Blessing, and there's a part of me that just wondered why everybody had started doing The Blessing. So there was a national one, and then there was a global one, and then there was a Leeds one, and then there was a kids one, and I was kind of thinking, is everybody kind of jumping on the bandwagon? But then I realised that actually the blessing is about declaring something over a place. And so the more people that can do it, the better. And also, for those of you that haven't heard it, I would encourage you to have a listen to it. It is everywhere at the moment. But as a singer-songwriter, what I find really interesting is when they say, and your children, and your children, and your children. As a singer-songwriter, there would be a part of me that would think, I can't keep singing that anymore. I need to stop. But there's something in that third, your children, which I don't know, there's a faith in it, a kind of, it doesn't matter if it sounds like we're doing it too much. And I don't know, you listen to it and see for yourself. But for me, there's something prophetic in there. There's something otherworldly, which just says, no, we're going to keep going until we are blessed, until we see the blessing, which is amazing, I think.
And it's been an incredible privilege, really, to see that be the church's role, to sing songs of blessing over our nation. I think that's been extremely moving for us to bear witness to God in that way. For me, definitely, I've just loved the church's kind of rise to being the voice of spirituality in this time.
So yeah, I suppose,
and it was weird. Go on.
No, you're right. Go on, Carol.
I was going to say, at the beginning of this all, when I didn't think I was really that poorly, I was writing quite a lot of songs, which was amazing. And then it kind of all petered out. So that's been an interesting part of it all, really wondering why I was able to be so creative. And now I'm not so creative anymore. But
yeah, I'm sure as a creative person that'll come and go in seasons. And I'm sure you've experienced that in the past. So just, I suppose, patiently waiting for the time where it does come back again. So I suppose we know that obviously your health's been an ongoing thing, and especially the people on the Zoom fellowship, like you mentioned, have witnessed the kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back nature of the recovery. But other than your health, what can we as your church family be praying for you?
Thank you. I think I felt very supported by people's prayers around my health. So thank you very much for that. I think it is around Raise, it is around the business. I see these amazing people working for the NHS and the key workers, and even those people that are at home being able to volunteer. And there's often the thought of, I'm not really doing as much as I could do, but I know that God is using Raise for a reason. And I know that it does support and encourage people. So it's just asking for wisdom about how that looks, and bringing money in wise, how that looks, because that's a bit sparse at the moment. So it's, just praying for wisdom for that, please.
Brilliant. Well, be assured of our church's prayers, and please give our love as well to Howard and Seb. They've been very well behaved. It's been very quiet. We've not heard anything of them at all. You can go and unlock them now. But it's so good to see you.
Yeah.
And we're now going to move on to listen to what is always a blessing for us as a church, which is the ministry of the singing company, as they sing for us, "I Look to the Hills."
Thanks,
Take care, Carol.
See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Lots of love. Bye.